Good evening and welcome to Concerned Citizens again. Tonight I have the breaking news for you, and this breaking news is coming from Ethiopia. Artist Hachalu Hundessa is assassinated by unknown individuals, and as we all know, Hachalu Hundessa was the pioneer of the revolution for the last, especially under T.P.L.F leadership. He was a fighter, a courageous man, and he inspired so many youngsters, Keros, Kares, and other to fight for their freedom, to uh, eliminate the T.P.L.F dominated leadership, to stop the killing of Oromos, the torturing of Oromos, the destruction of their properties, and to stop the detention and the arbitrary arrest of Oromos. So he inspired millions and millions for the revolution, and the change came, and the T.P.L.F was removed. So he was important part of that revolution. He was important part of that revolution. He played a great role and a courageous role. He was a very strong artist who motivated the youngsters, the elderly, all Keros to fight for their freedom. Now we lost this courageous man in the hands of unknown at this time. We don't know, but recently, as Amnesty International reported, and last time I reported the report by United Muslim Oromos of North America, they also expressed their concern about the situation in Ethiopians. Increasingly, Ethiopia is becoming an unaccountable country. People are killed by security forces in openly, and just for ringing of phone, or people are killed and the body is thrown on the field for animals, and 80 years old and a 63 years old husband and wife were killed. Youngsters are taken from their homes, and jails died in the jail and killed by security forces. So many crimes are have been taking place in Ethiopia, and nobody was accounted for these crimes. So accountability is increasing, and those security forces, the police, the military, the militia, and the local Prosperity Party members, it seems they have been given a clear direction or a clear order to do crimes and to be free from accountability. So Ethiopia is in a serious situation, and that thing is growing up. And now look, we lost this very talented artist, Hachalu Hundessa. Who can do more in the future for the struggle for the Oromo people. And it is disappointing to see Ethiopia going in this way, and the destruction is still going on, the killing is still going on, jailing of the people, and not fair representation in the court system is broken, and accountability is in a bad shape. So what can be done? And the revolution is hijacked. The revolution, millions and millions marched for, fought for, died for, arrested for, and lost their body for, and they lost their properties. They removed T.P.L.F. T.P.L.F. is in Tigray now, but their 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 kids are in Finfinne, in Addis Ababa. Those old Opidios, these are the T.P.L.F. children, and they trained by T.P.L.F. They know how to kill. They train them very well. These are just like CIAs. They know how to shoot without accountability. You know, so what can be done? What the diaspora community and the Oromos back home, actually it concerns all Ethiopians really. If this situation is continuing this way, Ethiopia will be the worst country, the worse than Eritrea. Look, Eritrea now. Eritrea doesn't have a constitution, doesn't have election, doesn't have opposition parties. All is Isaias Afwerki. That kind of similar situation is coming to Ethiopia if Ethiopians are not united and fight against this current system, if they don't make them accountable. So we have to devise the strategies to stop it at early stage. Once it is deep rooted, you will not move it, and it will be a dictatorship in Ethiopia. My suggestion for diaspora community everywhere. Now I see some demonstrations, some anger, some very, very disappointed feeling from the Oromos living in Minneapolis about the killing of Hachalu Hundessa, which is good. We should appreciate that. But the same situation should happen in DC, should happen in New York, should happen in all over the United States, in Europe, Australia. It should happen everywhere to change the situation in Ethiopia, to stop the killing of the Oromos, the abuse of the Oromos, the detention of the Oromos, the destruction of their natural resources. So the T.P.L.F. is determined, in collaboration with other parties, to build Ethiopia under the bloodshed of the Oromos. So we need equal representation, fair representation, respect for Oromos, and respect for the other ethnic groups without bloodshed. We should build Ethiopia without any bloodshed, So the diaspora should keep pressure on Prosperity Party members. Those are in embassies all over the world. They have to demonstrate in front of embassies, demand justice for Hachalu Hundessa and for the rest of the people killed openly without accountability. And the other thing is we have to revise, and we have to go back to the HR 128, HR 128, which was almost ready to impose sanction on Ethiopia, but it was on hold because because of the changing situation. Now that hopeful change is collapsing, and we have to initiate with the help of Oromo lawyers, Oromo communities, to initiate that H128, HR 128, and to work with the Congress, with the senators, to look the situation in Ethiopia and tell them clearly that Ethiopia is changing for the worst, and there is no human right, uh, there is no respect, there is no accountability. So we have to work for that to be implemented on Ethiopia, and we have to work for the other pressures too, whatever we can do to change the situations in Ethiopia. So the people back home also, they have to demonstrate peacefully. They are quiet for a long time. I don't know what they're waiting for. Uh, they may be waiting the order from Johar. Johar is already, he's already, surrounded. I don't think he will be effective as he was effective when he was in America. So I think the Keros, the Kares, and the others, they should wake up, get up, and fight for their rights, demonstrate peacefully, demand the change, demand the justice for those killed. Uh, so that's all I have for tonight. I am really disappointed, angry about the loss of this pioneer, this freedom fighter. Uh, he was inspiring for all of us, and he could be the leader for the youngsters, the guiding leader. What to do, how to fight, how to resist without fear of intimidation, without fear of killing, without fear of torture, without fear of arrest. He was really very courageous artist. He was very, very uh, strong man, but uh, I really very, very bad. I feel very bad, and we Oromos and others, they should also be concerned about the killing of this artist, Hachalu Hundessa. It seems it is a targeted, calculated political assassination. That is, it looks like now, but the government is sending condolences and saying we arrested some guys, suspicious. This is all to calm you down. So uh, I don't think that's real, but this is a targeted, very, handled with expert uh, to shoot and hide the evidence. Uh, this is very, very disappointing. It is outrageous, and it should be an alarming call for Oromos who are working with the new Prosperity Party, especially those diasporas. The Oromos, they didn't fight to liberate few individuals to benefit from the revolution. They fought. Hachalu, he didn't fight for few diaspora to go back and make money. He fought to change the lives for many, many Oromos, especially those suffering farmers, merchants, and these opposition politicians. So I think all these diasporas who went back to work with this new party, they have to look back and see what the situation, are they benefiting themselves or benefiting the society at large? They should calculate. Are they happy with what they see over there? I think I think they will make a meaningful decision. They should. I call upon them to resign, really, to go back here uh, or stay there with opposition to make a real change in Ethiopia. And that's really very, very bad. And Hachalu Hundessa was the father of two daughters, and we lost him at the young age. He was 36 years old. It's painful. It is disappointing. We should be outraged. We should be angry. We should demand justice for him and for all those killed under Abiy administrations. And we should not be misled with nice preach, with nice speeches. No more. Uh, you know, no trust at all. This guy, he talk nice, he preach nice, and his words are uh, coming down like a honey, but covered with poison. So his action and his words are not going together. Oromos should wake up, and the other ethnic groups too. They have to wake up for real change in Ethiopia, and we don't have to just sit and listen to these nice talks and nice words coming from this Messiah, but the actions are very bad. The reports are very bad and extremely bad, even worse than the Wayane time. Please get up, do your best to make change in Ethiopia, and concerned citizens are doing its best to share whatever information we received today. Very, very sadly, I am closing with deep condolence to Hachalu Hundessa's family, to Oromos, and all those fought with him, enjoyed his music. It's deeply disappointing. That's all I have to say tonight. And but we have to get ready to make change, to keep demonstrations, demand the Congress, the Senate to do something. Oromos and others should get up and protest everywhere, especially those in the big cities. Demand change, demand justice for those victims. That's all I have. Good night, everyone. And this is from Concerned Citizens Media.